Hello everyone, welcome to Namudu Day Trading. Alright, basically, and just a few things I want us to learn. I'll also be uploading a particular video, but I feel this would be much more important before that one. Alright, this is on gold. We're taking an analysis on gold, and then we're looking at a few weeks back before this week, and then we'll take some observation and maybe see what can be helpful as we continue in our journey. Now we understand that we had a descending trend here, and then we had an ascending trend from this point. So this was just this early week completed. All right, so basically I always tell you that you should learn to know what is the overall trend for a particular move. That gives you that tells you what to focus on. If you know the overall trend for any market or any pair, be it crypto, be it forex pair, be it indices, be it bonds, knowing the overall trend gives you what to focus on, because basically whatever becomes the overall trend tends to have the high probability. You understand? So if we have a descending trend, which happened this week here, we had a descending trend, which tells you that the market is actually going down. What I should be looking out for will be a sell, not a buy. What you see, we had a sell, we had a sell, we had a sell, we had a sell. So my focus will not be on the buy, my focus will be on the sell. So what most people do is that we love to trade the pullbacks, which are a bit good, but you should be careful, and this is where discipline comes in, that you are able to wait to watch. So after you're able to know what is the major trend, the next thing to do is to mark out your key levels. Marking out your key levels kind of helps you a lot to know where we'll have a flow, to where you have the sell to stop, where the sell will stop, you get, and all that. So this is a flow, this is a key level, so we can mark it as a key level. We'll mark it also as a key level where we have major impacts. We have also here where market turned, and then we want to get to know where we had this. Why did we have this bottom here? You will see that we had a key level around here. So we had something around here coming. We had something around here, rather. Yes, I want you to see it. We had something around there. So we had an imbalance around here. We could call this an imbalance, and we can also call it our demand level. So you see the market sold to this point, and that was why we had a turn from here. So you are able to predict actually the direction of the market because you are able to mark out the key level. So we have above also a key level here. So I call them my key zones, where I believe price will always react to before you have any turn. Now if I'm looking at this, I will see that, okay, for every time the market fell to a particular zone. You understand? All those four. So if I want to react it backward, which is playing the inverse of the fall, and I want to react it with this, I will always relate this. Let me mark it. Let me just do something so you have an understanding of what I'm saying. I'm going to highlight this downward or descending trend. I want you to see how the upward trend will also respect this key level. Watch. The market got to this point. This is a key level. This is a neck region. Let me highlight it. We have the neck region around here. Just watch. I'm going to highlight it differently so that it can be different. All right. I think there's something else left. All right, good. We have this. Now, if I'm going to take a trade when the market has turned, remember when the market turned from here, your entry will be at this neck level. So I'll take a trade. Now we got to this point where we had a massive news impact. It was news impact that caused this. So it was news impact that caused this. The whole of this massive sell was as a result of news impact. So market came back to test this same region and then had to continue. Now I believe that market will always respect where it came from, especially if you had an impulsive movement that resulted to a break of structure. Once you have a turn in the trend, market will always go back there to respect it, and even go back to where you had the first impulsive movement. What you had, we had an impulsive movement from here, we had an impulsive move from here, we had an impulsive move from here. So I can actually easily predict that this market is going to actually have a very full massive bullish move for gold. So it simply means that just watch. It got to this. Let me zoom it out a bit so that we can actually relate with it. It got to this point and it respected this key zone, which is the neck level, and then market broke it and started going up. We also had a key zone here. We also had a key level here. This one key level, and this was where I saw the market. I also posted the analysis, so I saw the market got to this point before Friday, and on Friday I expected it to break out, because I believe market will always respect key levels. Now what, it got to this point the previous week and broke out because it was respecting. You can also mark it out. You will see that it was respecting this point here. Watch, we had this point around this point. We had this point here. So you watch, market also got to this. So price always has ability to respect previous trend. So market got to this point, respected this key level and went up. So it got to this point, I believe it should respect this key level and went up. So we can actually say, okay, we had another key level here and market got to that point. Because if market is moving from here, I want to be able to predict where will market stop or where will price react to. So I believe that since this is on our key level, price will definitely react to this point and then get to this point. Now from this point, we're going to start asking ourselves, is when the market resume on Monday, will there be possibility for markets to continue upward? This is what will become our question. Is there a possibility for market to continue upward to this point? Now we all know that price will not just shoot like that, so we'll think probability. So this is what will be in my mind. I will say, okay, there will be a need for market to sweep this liquidity here. We have a liquidity point here on the buy side. So market, I will have a strong belief that market should be able to break and sweep liquidity. After sweeping liquidity, market will retrace. Now it will retrace to another key level. And the key level will be this. This is a key level here. We have a key level around this point. Sorry for that noise. We had a key level around this point. So if market is going to break out or sweep liquidity, market will sweep liquidity to this point, and after sweeping liquidity, we'll always have a retrace. Now why am I considering a retrace to this point? Is because after every impulsive move, this is an impulsive move, there's always more of like a retrace. Yes, this is an impulsive move. Watch these two massive candles forming. So after in an impulsive move, we always have a retrace where we have corrections before a further push. So this market will have a retrace down to this key level here, this point where we had also another liquidation before market went down. So market will have this then before we can finally expect markets to push up. You understand? And the market push up, market will also want to clear liquidity. We also have liquidity around this point, liquidity to the buy side. We also have around this point liquidity to the buy side. Yes, liquidity buy. So market will want to clear this liquidity around here to this point, and then we could actually have also maybe a pullback, because we also have another key level around here where we had liquidity. So we could also have another pullback, from here to here, maybe before completing the move. This is one, or we could actually have a pullback to test this same what's it called, this place has become a demand level now. Test this demand level before finally going up. So this is how I think about the market anytime I want to trade the market. And then if you can think it this way, you'll be able to follow it without guessing. It's more of like you have a structure on ground, knowing where market should be able to get to and where market should be able to retrace, where market should, maybe where trend should change. So if I get to this point here, so I'll be thinking of something. Is either the market is going to fall, back to this demand, then maybe we'll have something like this, fall to this demand, then we'll have something like this. Maybe we could start testing the resistance or supply, and then watch. So once I have a 3 touch, I expect the market should be able to go up. Remember what makes a trend line? You have 3 connective highs, 3 connective lows. So we have 1 here, we have 2, we have 3. This is just probability. I'm not saying this is exactly what will happen, but there's every possibility. Where did I pick this from again? Oh, I think this is where I picked it from. So there's a possibility that this market has ability to do that because of we have this. So we could be experiencing more bullish move for gold or GBP USD before any basic sell will happen. So these are just the way I go about my trading daily. I love analyzing on the higher time frame because it gives me a long-term view about what the market could do. The lower time frame is also very good, but for me, I love analyzing on the higher time frame, so I can actually have a long-term view. So this is for gold. So let's try GBP USD. Let's see. Maybe I'll do a few. Let's try GBP USD. Let's use another. Let's use Forex.com. So we're just going to try something. Let's see. Sorry, let me delete this so we'll start afresh. This is a long-term analysis. Okay, all right, now let's apply the same thing to what we did on the gold. I don't have a very serious way of making analysis. Basic thing I want to do is to know what has been the flow. So if I check here, I've actually been having a change in trend where you have the market going up. Then we also have a symmetric movement where you have market going like this. So I believe that's what has been happening for a while. So we can actually just basic thing we want to do here will be to mark out the key levels. So where we had liquidation. So we have 1 here. I would say we have 1 here. Also take note of your weak rejections. They are very, very important. We also have 1 around this area, and then we have 1 now here. So we can actually compress to see them. So you see that basically we had something around here. So we have something around here, and then the market only had an extension to sweep liquidity from the sell side before. Yes, that's what happened. Sweep liquidity from the sell side before a massive move upward. So what will be my focus? My focus will be to mark out possible key levels where I believe price should get to before a reaction happen. So we have 1 here, and we also have 1 around this point. So if you watch, price is actually playing just exactly what I say. You watch, price is just playing it. You watch, every time price gets to a particular key level, there's a reaction. We got here, we had a reaction. This is a key level here. Let me mark it. You just see that basically what happens is either a sweep of liquidity or reacting at that exact point. So we had price got to this point and sweep liquidity, then came back to this same other point, swept liquidity and went up, come back, sweep liquidity, go back up. So we can actually predict this up movement with what we have here. So you watch price, if you watch price got to this point and then broke up. This point is also another key level, because if you watch here, you see, you mark out this point here. Yeah, good. So you see that price will always respect previous movement. So price got to this point, and broke through this, but this way, so if someone is taking an entry from here, the person should be very bold enough to allow the trade run, because price does not just change. Except there's an high impact news, price will always want to react to a particular key level. So price reacted from here to this key level. Yes, it was this point that price was able to break out. Price was able to break out from here and then move up here. So there are a few times the high impact news kind of changed the movement of a trade, but price, the sweet thing about price is that after news impact does that, breaks the structure or change the character, price will always want to reverse back to the initial movement. Now watch, this is where we had a move where the bull took over. So price was supposed to just go up and go and respect this impulsive move up here, but what price did was that we had a news impact that pushed it down. Now check what price is doing. Price is trying to go back to complete that cycle. Price will always complete a cycle before any change. So despite the news impact that changed the direction, which I believe liquidated a lot of people. For me, it didn't liquidate me this day, although I get liquidated sometime. But for me, I was expecting a bullish move, so I set my buy stop here. So it didn't even come to my buy stop, so it just went to this side. All right, good. But now we see that the bull has taken over again, and then so I believe that what will happen here on a Monday morning, I'm just giving a probability, will be that price will want to come to sweep up liquidity here before we have a retrace. So this will happen. Price will want to come here to sweep liquidity here, and then we'll have a retrace. The retrace to this point, and then before we have a push to this point. So if we get to this point, then we can be able to give a few analysis or a few prediction and say, okay, there's every possibility that once price gets to this point, price may want to price may want to even come back to this same point to retest this point, and then before going up. This is just a few things. So if I have this in mind, I don't get stiff. I actually become flexible so that I can actually pick price when it's moving. So this is why on a Monday morning I don't usually trade except I get tempted. We all get tempted and then we'll break our rules. I don't normally trade. I try to watch and see whether this first leg will play out. If it plays out, then I will be able to give a fair prediction on where I think market will continue. So these are just few things I do, and I believe if you can actually follow up with them, they can help us. So maybe you could join me on my Discord, where I'll get to do maybe daily analysis with my guys, and then we'll see how we can actually catch it. God bless you all. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, please subscribe. Thank you.